Celebrities may seem like they have perfect lives, but fame isn't all it's cracked up to be. Billie Eilish says she missed out on being a regular teen. Selena Gomez said she can't remember not being famous. And it took Taylor Lautner a full decade to come to terms with his Twilight superstardom.
Like, fame is disgusting, horrible, gross, throw up, blah.
Billie first made headlines for her music when she was just 13 years old. Within a couple years, she was a global superstar. That level of celebrity is a lot for anyone to deal with, let alone a teenager. In 2019, Billie said that she sort of lost her teenage years, adding, "There's no training, there's no let me go to a school that's going to teach me how to be famous." In another interview, she shared that she wasn't initially thrilled with being in the spotlight. "I hated going outside. I hated going to events. I hated being recognized. I hated the internet having a bunch of eyes on me. I just wanted to be doing teenager stuff." Now that she's 21 and all grown up, hopefully Billie is happier than ever.
My whole life since I was a kid, I've been working. I want to be super famous.
Billie isn't the only person who dealt with the pressures of fame at a young age. Selena Gomez has been acting since she was 10 years old. She got her big break on The Wizards of Waverly Place when she was 15. Since then, Selena has been one of the biggest stars in the world, and she's been open with her mental and physical health struggles. In 2020, Selena said that everything she does causes a public reaction, and the sad part is that I don't remember a time when that wasn't the case. She admitted that the thing that keeps her afloat is her belief that eventually it'll be someone else, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Even though she struggles with her level of celebrity, Selena says she's grateful that she has a platform to help people and reach people who are going through similar struggles as she is. That's why I think I'm okay with the magnitude. I mean, I'm not really okay with it, but I'm going to say that I am because it's worth it.
In the moment, it's like, it got frustrating because you just wanted to live a normal life.
After he rocketed to fame as Jacob Black in the Twilight movies, we haven't heard from Taylor Lautner as much as some of his other co-stars. Turns out, part of the reason is because Taylor initially resented being so famous. Recently, he said that while he's thankful and super blessed for his success, maybe there was a little bit of resentment deep in there, I wish I could have just experienced this part of normalcy. Last year, Taylor admitted he needed space after the Twilight movies. "I was scared to go out. I'd get super anxious to go out." If Taylor did leave his house, he'd get scared and try to disguise himself with a hat and sunglasses. Taylor says after taking a few years off and meeting his wife, also named Taylor, he's in a much better place.
I didn't want to have to be seen in public at all because the fear.
Speaking of massive franchises, Megan Fox became a huge star when she starred in the Transformers movies. Several years later, she dished about the downsides of fame. She said that people just didn't understand and expected to shut up and stop complaining because she was rich and her life looked so perfect, but Megan says it wasn't. And compared fame to being bullied in high school. Fame is that, but on a global scale, where you're being bullied by millions of people constantly. She said dealing with astronomical levels of fame at a young age is a type of trauma. Megan says it took her years to learn how to deal with it and not to be so self-conscious and afraid of people judging her.
I mean, I don't think I could think of a single thing that's more isolating than being famous.
Like Megan, Lady Gaga has struggled with mental health issues related to being in the spotlight. She said that when she was writing her 6th album, Chromatica, she was battling depression and wanted her songs to address how to find light in the darkness. "I used to wake up in the morning and I would realize I wasn't Lady Gaga, and then I became very depressed and sad and I didn't want to be myself." Gaga explained that she felt threatened by her massive success and the fast pace of her life.
It doesn't feel good all the time, in case people think that that's and trust me, you need a lot more.
While most of these celebs have tried looking on the bright side of being famous, Kristen Stewart doesn't mince words. In 2015, she said, "Fame is the worst thing in the world, especially if it's pointless." Kristen admitted that when people say they want to be famous, she wondered why. You don't do anything. She also discussed all the hate she got for seeming cold and distant in public appearances. Kristen said that fame is valued quite ridiculously and that she resents that people feel like she owes them something. Adding, "I guess I should get a face transplant or something."
I feel anxious.
Yeah.
getting on a train. I feel anxious being in public spaces.
Emma Watson became a household name when she was 11 after starring as Hermione in the Harry Potter movies. Recently, Emma has taken a bit of a break from acting in movies, and recently she explained why. "I wasn't very happy, if I'm being honest. I think I felt a bit caged." She also admitted that she felt guilty about all her Harry Potter fame.
Why me? Why somebody else would have enjoyed and wanted this aspect of it more than I did.
With famous people feel entitled all the time.
Twilight, Transformers, Harry Potter, with huge franchises comes huge amounts of attention. Just ask Jennifer Lawrence, whose star exploded when she starred in the Hunger Games movies. Jennifer became an overnight sensation, and the same year, she won the Best Actress Oscar for her role in Silver Linings Playbook. She admitted that she was not okay with being famous. She said, "I'm just a normal girl and a human being, and I haven't been in this long enough to feel like this is my new normal. I'm not going to find peace with it."
Neither of us owe anybody anything except, like, respect.
Jennifer had a tough time being universally beloved, but that's not exactly what happened for Hailey Bieber. The last few years, she's received a lot of hate from the media and fans of her husband, Justin Bieber, and his ex-girlfriend, Selena Gomez. During the pandemic, she admitted that she doesn't mind wearing a face mask in public because it allows her to hide from the paparazzi. "I'm a young woman, and it's very weird having all of these grown men following you around all the time." She also shared that she deals with the negative attention by talking through her issues with a therapist.
I got to a point where...
Did it almost destroy you?
It almost completely destroyed me.
Hailey's husband also struggles with the pressure of fame. He's been open about how hard it was becoming such a huge celebrity at such a young age. In 2019, he uploaded this statement to Instagram, writing, "I went from a 13-year-old boy from a small town to being praised left and right by the world, with millions saying how much they loved me and how great I was." Justin says that everyone did everything for him, and he never learned the fundamentals of responsibility. Justin shared that by the time he was 18, he had no skills, millions of dollars, and access to whatever he wanted. He says that was the reason he got into trouble with the law, partying and doing drugs.
And that's the thing, there's not a blueprint for how to shepherd somebody through that.
Daniel Radcliffe also dealt with a drinking problem he developed to deal with becoming a celeb so young. In an interview, the star explained that when he would go out to a pub for a drink, people his own age would find it funny that he played Harry Potter and mock him to his face. Daniel says he wasn't comfortable with the attention or who he really was, so he began to drink too much alcohol. Luckily, in 2010, Daniel realized he'd developed a problem and quit drinking for good. Daniel says he values his privacy and would never let his child pursue child stardom like he did.
When I had people waiting outside my house, I was losing my mind.
Robert Pattinson is the third and final Twilight star on this list. According to Kristen Stewart's ex-boyfriend, on and off screen, fame is lonely. During the height of Twilight mania, Robert says paps were constantly waiting for him outside his home and he couldn't go out without being recognized. He says the experience was scary and very, very intense. Luckily, the intensity died down and Robert looks back on his time playing Edward Cullen fondly. Do you think you could handle life of fame? Let us know in the comments below and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more on your favorite celebs.